ShinRobjira.
Today we're going to be talking about the Bandai limited movie monster series Godzilla store exclusive Hedora summer version. They're getting real creative with these names. Tropical Toxin Hedora? Come on, man. I thought of that in a second. Summer version. Now let's take a look at this tag, and I promise you it's more of the same. We've got a very polluted and toxic looking tag for summer version Hedora, which is rather fitting for the character. Some yellows, some greens, Hedora, summer version, I imagine, Godzilla 2023. More of those pollutive properties on the back of the tag with Godzilla vs. Hedora, movie monster series, I think Godzilla store. Side of the tag cut out to the side of Hedora's body-ish, and yes, that's bent. And on the inside, same as usual. Godzilla store exclusive means double sleeve method. Contain the pollution at all costs, and maybe we won't die and melt into puddles of our former selves. Summer version Hedora will be sporting a translucent yellow base with metallic seafoam and silver. Hedora's eyes will be white, red, and black, and this combination has been seen before. That was mostly on Burning Hedora. This is actually a bit of a reversed color swap as far as the red and white goes from Gold Hedora. And as per usual, the detail on this figure is magnificent. 2007 Hedora from the movie monster series, a relic of times long past. And I feel like Bandai are really starting to get it here, if you know what I'm saying. Because the further you pull out over here, giggity, you'll see that the more this metallic color fades off, it turns into a bit of a green. That is a very cool artistic decision on Bandai's part because it adds another layer of color. Give me my translucent green Hedora, Bandai, it's time. And just overall, I really dig it. The greenish hue can be seen a little bit more towards the side of Hedora's head over here, highlighting fantastic amounts of detail. And believe me, on a translucent figure, you want something like that. Hedora's hands, drippy in every sense of the word, with some nice details to back it. I really do like that we're seeing a variation over here. You know, got a little less silver over here, a little bit more over here. And again, this metallic seafoam really do be hitting. I seriously love that the closer you look at this, the more that it turns to a green as it fades off. And I also love when Bandai uses metallic paints because when the spray starts to cast off, it's very sparkly, just adding a whole other dimension to the experience of looking at a toy. I mean, just look at how this turquoise, metallic green, blue, whatever you want to call it, just turns into a bit of a gradient effect. The spray jobs on these metallic figures might not be the most award-worthy paint jobs, but when they fall off like that and they pull away from the figure, it just looks cool. And that's pretty much going to do it for the front of Hedora. Again, paint and detail on point. The top of Hedora's head will feature that very prominent H-looking shape over there along the cracklings of its brain case or whatever Hedora has in its head. And now we can finally move on to the back, where this metallic bluish green and silver and the translucent yellow all meet in a beautiful swirl of colors that just yet again makes the experience of looking at this figure all the more fun. Look at that! Is it blue? Is it green? I mean, I think technically this is a metallic green, not a metallic blue, because this is kind of the same color they used for metallic green Mechagodzilla. So I guess that makes a little bit more sense than saying metallic blue, but seriously, I love this. Yes, Hedora looks like a package of tropical gushers, but it works. And I like that Bandai decided to kind of outline the tail with the metallic green with just a little bit of silver in there. The base color of this figure really helps just sell the aesthetic choice they were going for. And again, as expected, the details are friggin' fantastic. Honestly, this might actually top retro color pink Hedora for me, just because of the overall outfit that Hedora is sporting. The clashings of the metallic green with the translucent yellow giving off a more solid green appearance. Not to mention this fuck-off splotch of silver. It just looks so cool! It's almost like there's an unnamed color at play here, because again, here we have the normal base color, and then here we have the fall off of that metallic green. It adds so much to this. Yes, it's a repaint, and yes, it's overtly simple, and yes, I'm making a big deal over kind of nothing, but as a Hedora fan, I love seeing something like this from my favorite SMUDGE. And yeah, I do think this beats out retro color pink Hedora for for me, even though that thing has a beautiful cotton candy vaporwave disaster looking tag. Summer Hedora just hits differently. I'm going to give paint and detail a solid star, another really cool variation of Hedora for the collection and for those of us who have actually been buying all of these repaints. And now we're going to combine articulation with a little bit more paint appreciation. As expected, nothing in the head, nothing in the legs, nothing at the tail. All of Hedora's articulation will be relegated to the arms, but, articulation solid star. I just wanted to get to this. Oh, it's so simple, but I love it so very much. Silver on the undersides of the arms, but the fingy-looking tendrils over here are going to be sporting a more greenish look, which yet again just makes this better. Plus, the details are really nice. But again, the contrast from solid yellow to a green with some silver at the center and then flip it back down and you've got metallic green and silver on a solid yellow, even though it's translucent. It's so simple. It's so clean. It's so the way that you're making me feel tonight. Huh? I simply can't get over the fact that I, bought this because this is the 6th Hedora repaint, 7th overall in this mold. But now I'm kind of just in love with it, and it's slowly becoming my favorite of the Hedora repaints. Just a fun time. I do believe that is 3 solid stars, but before we move on, let's do the Hedora comparison. As stated last time, Retro Color Hedora and Burning Hedora had their tag images flipped, while Retro Pink, Gold, and Shako Color Hedora had their tags pretty much just altered in terms of color only. Where does Summer Hedora lie in terms of tag alternatives? With these 3, now 4. Well, technically, I guess it would really be 5 since the new mold of Hedora has the exact same tag image. My god, it's the March of Pollution. And now we can take a look at size comparisons. Size-wise, nothing has changed from the original Movie Monster series Hedora or its many repaints. This is all in paint and tag only. The details are exactly the same, the articulation is exactly the same. If you want more Hedora, that's basically the reason to get this. Or if you just gel with the color scheme given, that's another reason to get this. Other than that, yeah, it's just paint and tag. And before we end this off, I wanted to test something out real quick. Oh yeah, you already know what's coming up. Let's see it. Yeah, nothing really. I was kind of hoping for a bit more, but yeah, no. Nothing crazy. Guess that will forever be a pink Hedora only thing, as the rest really don't feature anything as cool as pink Hedora. I mean, look at that, goddamn. I thought maybe because the figures kind of feel and look the same in terms of their base coats, we would have gotten something different with Summer Hedora, but we got nothing, and that's perfectly fine. Thank you all so much for watching now my 6th video on a Hedora repaint. I understand it's all really starting to blend in together, but I love Hedora, and I'm probably going to keep doing this until Bandai just forgets to keep doing it. Seasonal Hedoras, dessert-based Hedoras, whatever you decide to do next, Bandai, I'm there. I have been ShinRobjira. I do so hope you all enjoyed, and when next we meet, Nendroid Sadako, because I love the ring. Deal with it. Bye!